What's up, everybody? So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been on this huge health kick lately. So I just not care what my physique and my body looks like, but also really care about my insides and actually being healthy. You may or you may not know this, but a lot of people who look very healthy aren't. And a lot of people who walking down the street look like normal people. They could be extremely healthy. They just not necessarily sculpting and carving their body. They just look average and regular. But yeah, health doesn't always show. Your gut health, your digestive health. Some people could look fit, but they're low energy all the time. I know people who get shredded without eating any vegetables, but then they start getting like other problems. It catches up to you, but physically on the exterior, you don't always see what's going on the inside. So today I'm gonna talk about plant protein versus meat and animal protein. Main question: do you need to eat animal protein? The answer is no. And that's probably the only thing I'm going to say in favor of the vegetarian side or the vegan side for the rest of this video. Because I'm a carnivore and I'm a big believer in meat. And I think it has been given, especially a lot of these new age like vegan movements, it's getting such a bad rap and labeled as a junk food almost. And I believe meat is so good for you. I'm just going to go top of my head. The first thing that popped into my head was steak. And steak is such a great source of B vitamins, of niacin, of zinc, I've talked about this in other videos. There's a lot that goes into nutrition besides protein, fat, carbs. And meat and steak has a lot of those things that vegetable or plant proteins do not have. One huge one. So protein is made up of amino acids. And there's 9 that your body can't produce. So that means your body makes the amino acids your body needs. But then there's 9 you can't produce. So you have to get this from the food you eat. And meat has a lot more also of those amino acids. So eggs, for example. This is why I love and made a whole video about egg whites. Because eggs have something called leucine. And leucine is amazing for muscle growth. And it's found high source in eggs and high source in animal proteins. And I know there's people like, and it's just hard. People tell me like, oh, well, you didn't know this plant had this much protein. You could eat beans and you could eat this and they could eat that. But a lot of it's not realistic. Like someone told me, do you know a bundle of broccoli has 13 grams of protein? It was actually a pound. A pound of first of all, think how much broccoli think how much broccoli you'd have to eat a pound. You'd be sitting there for 3 hours just trying to eat a pound of broccoli. And that's if you like broccoli. And then at the end of it, 13 honestly isn't even that much. Yeah, so even that's just for the protein. That's just to get 13 grams of protein, which is still less protein than an average serving size of chicken or steak or fish has. But yeah, say you did eat that pound of broccoli, you'd have to eat, this is ridiculous, you'd have to eat 24, not just one. Say you ate that 1 pound of broccoli, okay? You got your 13 grams of protein. You'd have to eat 24 pounds of broccoli to get the amino acids that in a tiny 4-ounce piece of steak. A tiny little 4-ounce piece of steak has just as many amino acids as 24 pounds of broccoli. And again, amino acids are what make up the protein. They're the building blocks of protein. So, especially if you're trying to build any kind of physique, I think it's really important to get enough protein. It is possible, especially if you know what you're doing. I will never knock, I'm not going to knock vegans or vegetarian lifestyles. Because again, I've seen it work for people, and I know people who do it really well. I know people who know exactly what they're doing, and especially if you're supplementing, like if you're using plant-based protein powder. So if you're not just getting it from food, but that makes it a lot easier. And I know a couple people personally. Actually, one of my roommates, he's one of them. He's craziest vegan in the world. When I say crazy, I mean actually like really strict. I mean in a very positive way. And he knows so much about the body, and it's amazing watching him. It seems very difficult, but he does it. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's extremely difficult, and I think it's a very big, huge misconception that needs to be getting rid of. on that you can stop eating meat and easily just get as much protein as you can on a plant-based diet, because I simply think that is not true. And while I will say I think it is a myth that some people will say plant protein is incomplete protein, that it doesn't have all the essential amino acids that meat has. And I used to believe that's true. Doing some research, I found out that might not be as true. So I will say that. I'll even say they are like just as complete and it doesn't have as much of it. So it doesn't have like, so even though it has the amino acids, it has like a trace amount, whereas meat has a bunch. So if you're going to the gym, if you're lifting, if you're trying to slim down or want a nice toned physique, the animal protein is going to do a lot better. Whey protein is animal protein. And when you work out, if you know anything about protein, there's two types basically. There's whey and there's casein. Whey goes straight to your muscles. It's very fast digesting. Casein protein is very slow digesting. So after you work out, your body can absorb nutrients 400% more. Or 4 times, same thing, 4 times the amount, 400%. A lot more than when you're not working out. So in a time like that, you want something that's going to go straight to your muscles, which is why I drink liquid protein, so it's just digested already. So whey is going to do that. Whey is going to go straight to your muscles, and that's an animal protein. Whereas something like casein, it's a slower digesting protein. And I don't even know like what, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what kind of like protein that plant ones are classified as. I know it's not whey, because whey is an animal protein. But so I just know it doesn't go straight to your muscles in the same time frame. It doesn't go straight to it in that window. Like there's a small window after you work out that where it stays in that 400% range. And I want to pump my muscles up with nutrients right after that muscle, because I just worked them out, and it just doesn't do that. And then when it does do it, it's not as much amino acids. And again, that's if I eat the whole pound of broccoli just to get the 13 grams. It just seems like a lot more difficult. That's why the beginning of the video, to answer the question, I said no, you don't have to eat meat, because I'm not saying it's impossible. It is possible, and I've seen people do it. So if you're doing it and you're watching this video, please don't think I'm disregarding your lifestyle, or that's not possible, because it is possible. I'm just saying it is very, very difficult. I think that meat gets a bad rap that is not fair. Just because someone doesn't believe in meat or whatever reason, I don't think that means nobody else should do it. Because in my opinion, it's a lot better for you, not just from the bodybuilding, but because, like I said, the B vitamins and zinc. Zinc is so crucial for like hormone production. There's so much stuff in meat that's very hard to find in just plants alone. And most of the stuff out there is like just false information. People just Googling headlines. Like this one girl, and I'm very, like I said, I'm very big on health. So I've been into like alkaline kind of stuff lately. And most people into alkaline kind of stuff are against meat because meat's acidic. That's another thing I'll give. Meat is acidic. I'll give that to people. But yeah, this girl sent me an article, and it was talking about how like she's saying I need to do a cleanse because I have parasites in my stomach and blah blah blah. I was like, what are you talking about? I have parasites in my stomach. She's like, because you eat meat and blah, blah, blah. First of all, she ate meat too, which was really funny. Because I asked her, I'm like, are you just preaching this or you just live by it? And she eats meat. But she was trying to be health cautious, which I do respect. And so I read the article, in which is I already knew. If you eat, I feel like this is common sense. You only get the parasites and stuff if you eat raw meat. Nobody goes and opens their pound of ground beef and just starts eating that without cooking it. Yet everybody knows if you don't cook meat, you could get sick. Everybody knows if you go to the oven and you take out your chicken and it's still pink, you better put that chicken back in the oven and make sure that thing is cooked, because you're going to get sick. So yeah, it can cause all kinds of nasty stuff going on in your stomach and parasites and toxins if you don't cook it, or even if it's undercooked, if you don't cook it enough. But there's no significant research, at least that I have found, or that any person who practices that kind of lifestyle has brought to my attention, has been able to find, that cooked meat causes any of those problems. So a lot of the claims led with meat causing the problems aren't even true, whereas it still has the benefits, whereas for health, and it has the benefits for muscle building. So I'm a big supporter of meat. I think everyone's posting these go vegan, go vegetarian lifestyle. So I thought this personally was important for me to post, just to get rid of a lot of that misinformation. I try to speak facts. That's what I'm trying to do. These are the facts. If you disagree and you actually have evidence, please, I like to be educated. I educate my followers. Put it in the comment section. But for everybody else, I hope this helps you. Jason signing out.